And we're live, I think.
Yeah, it looks. I
Uh,
think so. Restream says so. I'd assume.
oh, man.
Hmm. Please
Terrible
don't tell me
sleep
that Restream
schedule.
chat might not function today. Imagine having a sleep schedule. I've been not doing nothing but like eat, sleep, play more Persona 5 again, repeat.
Mm-hmm. Hello, tomato. Also, mics were muted on purpose.
You
Uh,
mother.
Alright, so we
Do
got...
not silence me.
I have a crap ton of stuff that I threw on here. Because Scarf decided he didn't want to write for Moonlight.
I was Tywood.
Yeah. And I was editing. Anyway, we got...
Oh yeah, your work is more important than my beauty sleep. BS.
You mean sleeping on the carpet with a SpongeBob blanket?
For the record, I am not sleeping on the carpet with a SpongeBob blanket. I am sleeping on the carpet with a slightly less decorated blanket. Hold on.
Well, it was a SpongeBob blanket.
With this blanket.
I think I stole his
Yeah, it
SpongeBob
was.
blanket.
I don't think you did. Oh wait, I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get into the topics, gamers.
Hang on.
And thus, he never got into the topics, gamers.
All right, no, I just need to double check something. Yeah, Wyatt, you're just bad.
Let's insult Wyatt more. I think this is a good idea.
All right, well, we got autonomous pig surgeries, crypto crash, talking about light hash rate, gaming
So,
Chromebooks, Apple rumors. We're gonna also mention the RTX 3050. Meta having some stuff. Google Pixel Watch.
what did they do this time?
Nintendo stuff. Nvidia, AMD, YouTube considering NFTs. Ubisoft
Boo!
says people don't understand NFTs. Windows 11
You just
will have some stuff soon. Google's has some jank shit going on. I don't know. FCC doing some kind of cool stuff, but I don't know if it's gonna fall through. Sony dreams, of course.
wasn't that the whole
Can
like?
it? And of course, soon at some point we're gonna be saying, can it run Crisis 4? And we're gonna also mention some other Nintendo stuff, such as Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 leaks, Pokemon Legends, and yeah.
I'm so sad they didn't reserve Pokemon Legends for the Pokemon Unite title. Makes me upset.
What? Sorry, I wasn't listening.
I'm I'm so sad they never like use the Pokemon Legends title for Pokemon Unite. It makes me extremely upset. Missed opportunity.
Why? I'm so confused. What's wrong with Pokemon Unite's logo?
Hmm. Huh. I just think calling it Pokemon Legends would be really funny.
No,
That is literally it.
no, I wouldn't call it Legends. I'd call it Pokemon League. Really
God.
stick it to them, you
The
know?
Pokemon the Pokemon League.
Yeah. Either way, there's nothing wrong with Pokemon Unite. I'm looking at it right now. It looks like a Pokemon game logo.
Oh yeah.
No,
No, not
actually,
about the logo.
no.
I just mean
It looks like it looks like a Pokemon movie logo. Have you seen some of
no
them?
another Pokemon version.
Like,
Is there
hold
want
on,
to?
hold on.
Pokemon the movie, the game. The
I think
movie.
you need to see some of this stuff. Hold on. Oh, that's not the transition we want. Oh well. Yeah.
Transition.
Oh, that's terrible quality. But
You know what else is terrible quality? Okay.
yeah, no. For a while, Pokemon movies used this style of logo.
Yeah.
This is what I'm
Yeah,
reminded
I
of when I
remember
see
that. I
Legends.
remember that.
Yeah. All right. So let's get started. Autonomous pig surgery.
Let's
Apparently
get right
robots.
into the new. No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
Do not interrupt the lunar, the Dave. Yeah, apparently robots performed a successful surgery on a pig.
I'm gonna eat the pig. It's gonna taste
Ugh.
delicious.
How do you what are you gonna eat with the pig?
Uh,
Rice? I hope.
I mean,
Gochujang? You
yeah,
can't have pork without gochujang.
that'll do fine. That'll do actually pretty great.
Barbecued, you know?
More importantly, we're really getting to the point where like eventually all the high-paying jobs are just gonna be replaced with robots, and none of us are gonna be able to make a living.
Yeah. Okay, Scarf, before we continue this, I'll actually mention this later. But
No, you're gonna forget.
no, I'm not gonna forget. I'm gonna hold this okay thing. I'm gonna keep it.
Okay.
And then when I look at my
Put it in
hands, like,
Notepad.
why did I have this?
When Notepad has its uses.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, yeah, no, this is actually kind of cool. Robots performing surgeries and did better than actual
Mm.
professionals.
Well, yeah, because theoretically there is no point of failure at that point,
Yeah, there are a lot more processors.
except for
Like everyone's hands are always a little bit shaky, no matter like how confident you are with them. That's just
Mhm.
how.
Well, the simple fact of the matter is there's a reason why we ourselves don't uh manufacture like CPUs and such is because we don't
Yeah.
have that amount of precision to be able to do so. So
Yeah. Except for my spacing.
okay,
JK,
Mr.
lol.
God,
Davey the Spacey.
cringe name by the way.
Oh, it's a great name. It's a great title to have. That or that one idiot with Corin.
I remember talking to Cameron earlier today, mentioned the fact that damn Corin is dummy easy.
It's so funny because every time people say they want to play her, it's like, oh, she feels awkward.
No, she's like generic sortie except significantly easier somehow.
I wouldn't say she's generic, sorty, but she
Well,
is
okay, most of
fairly.
her,
She's
yeah.
not hard to play, but a lot of people think she is. She's really not that complicated. She's not more complicated than
Gotta know,
Lucina.
just gotta know how to throw out which aerials at what times.
Yeah, so
Anyways,
basically it's Lucina. Easy. Anyway. So yeah, crypto had a crash. Didn't last that long. Uh,
I was about to say, yeah, what for like the last
what crypto
3
crash?
hours and 15 seconds?
Wait, let me look at crypto stocks. Hold on.
Stonks, crypto
Do we look
stonks.
at Bitcoin or Ethereum for stocks?
Ethereum.
Okay.
Well, because the thing about Bitcoin is that we don't use GPUs to mine Bitcoin, so it really wouldn't matter in the first place.
Yeah, can we get a graph, please? FinanceYahoo.com.
Eventually, eventually Ethereum's supposed to switch to a proof of stake, so basically
All
it's
right,
less profitable
so let me
using
look at a
GPUs and more
6 month.
profitable using ASICs.
Let me look at
But
a 1 year period, or
that eventually
I
has
guess
been
six
delayed, I
months.
think, the past couple years, so
So
I don't
basically,
know.
based on what I'm seeing here, this is Ethereum USD. Yep. Right now, it's about where it was July of last year. And if we look at the past 5 years, hmm, it's
Ooh.
kind of in the middle of its peak. Like it's about the same size as it was April in 2021. Um, yeah. I mean, it's getting lower, but that's only from its peak in November, which it was 4.6 thousand. Now
Yeah,
it's dropped down
I
to
doubt that it'll.
2.5 thousand. It'll probably come back up a little bit. It'll like there's a good chance that it'll just keep going down. But of course, you're gonna have like if you look at this like April 1st and then it goes down in June, it'll immediately spike up in
You think
August.
Ethereum? You think Ethereum profits will be replaced with people making NFTs?
I think so, considering the fact that Google Trends charts have NFTs higher.
I've been
Like
thinking,
NFTs are talked
what's
about more than crypto itself.
well, yeah, that makes sense. But I'm especially because of the current using it for art or whatever. But I've been thinking, would it be more optimal to just have a computer just run the blockchain and continue to create continuous NFTs and then and then just simply because it'd be more profitable that way if you just continuously create receipts and then just use any dummy link for it and theoretically
Well, I
make
don't know
money.
the exact process of making an NFT, so I can't really say if that'll work or
Pretty
not.
much the same way as crypto, I'd assume.
Yeah, well, I'd have to figure out how to mint an NFT. I guess that'll be
Mhm.
my summer project, making an NFT. Dude, how much?
Making an NFT, 7 steps. It's this easy. It's
Yo,
this easy.
I should make a Starlit scarf NFT.
Please. I think we should do this ironically.
Oh no, we're if we're doing this, we're only making one, and then
Yeah,
like
it's
and
literally gonna
okay,
be
okay, okay.
one of a kind.
But there's the whole environmental situation. But also, I drive a car. I'm kidding. NFT is way worse
Well, there's that
in
situation, but
single
also
use.
like if you're creating a singular NFT, it's like literally just yeah, that'll be fine.
Hey, if I get like more than $1,000 off that, hey, thanks for the GPU money for both of us. If you think about it,
Oh yeah, yeah, frame it as both of us. Sure.
that or it's a perfect excuse to buy a Pimax 8K and a good GPU.
Hmm. I kind of want the pains. I kind of want a masochist suit.
Light hash rate never mattered. Who knew? If you don't, so
Ignores my
basically,
comment.
so low hash rate for the uninitiated is basically mining limiters on
It
GPUs.
only works for Ethereum.
Yep. And even then, like you can get around it and you can get up to about 70% of what it would have without light hash rate.
Okay. Despite my position on crypto and just how annoying it is that it's affecting the market, my whole stance on the low hash rate or what was it? LHR?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Uh, what has always been negative simply because I don't like Nvidia's always been doing this, locking out specific things from their cards, especially GeForce cards. For example, GPU virtualization, simply so you have to pay more for a Quadro card. And I've never been a huge fan of just locking things out through software if the hardware can do it. Because you're already paying for the It's the same thing that Tesla's doing, except people don't talk about it because this is just normalized with GPUs.
I think really that's just separating their tier of products. Like it's not ideal for consumers, but that's just how it is. Hopefully, as time goes on, it could get better or get worse. But I think
It's like telling me I can't use my gaming card to edit videos. Like, excuse you?
yeah, well thankfully we're not in that type of situation. In fact,
Yet.
VRAM does help for some video editing. It does also help for VR a lot, to get like the
Mm.
higher details. Which like I've been maxing out my VRAM just because of how much I
Yeah.
upscale my Quest 2. Which speaking of which, if I upscale it properly, it looks clearer than an index. So
Yeah, that checks out.
yeah, no, it looks
I'm
great.
really gonna have to invest into Cambria. Ugh.
Yeah. We still don't know any pricing or news
Anyways.
about that.
Mhm.
So
Anyways.
speaking of
Cambria pain suit, full body trackers. End goal.
God, I don't know. Kind of want the illusion suit.
God. God.
All
I don't
right.
know. You can go with the sex suit. I'll go with the pain suit. Your choice.
All
I
right.
mean,
So,
I guess that differentiation might not exist for some people.
all right. So we got gaming Chromebooks. Maybe. So there was like a thingy, a listing with Chromebooks with Nvidia stuff inside.
Dude, I can't wait for our schools to start adopting gaming Chromebooks.
Okay, it's just gonna play Android games. That's all I can think about
Well,
because it's
yes
the
and no,
OS.
because the Chrome OS is based off Linux, so it theoretically has access to or Steam has been talking about releasing
Well,
a, or sorry,
knowing
Valve has been talking about.
it's just Chromebooks very limited with their OS. It's a very lightweight one. I mean, if you like switch to different Linux distro, then like yeah, I can see that. But like Chrome OS itself, I don't see it.
There's nothing stopping it from doing so. Like,
There's nothing stopping
if Valve
it, but I
releases,
don't see it happening yet. But I'll
I
have to
just don't
see.
think it should exist. Like, if you're buying a high-powered Chromebook, just buy a Windows
No, no, no,
platform,
no.
uninstall
This is
Windows, and like
this is
throw
what
on
Linus has
Ubuntu.
been saying. This is what Linus has been saying. This is the long term plan
God,
for children.
can't wait to use my gaming Chromebook.
I mean,
Also high
Chromebooks,
circle.
like knowing, I have used a Chrome Bit, which is basically a USB version of a Chrome OS thing.
Yeah. Which,
Yeah,
well, why not?
yeah, why not? It's like $100 for a free
Actually,
internet
no, that's a
machine.
dumb idea. Why would you do that? Yeah,
I
it's
d-
literally okay. Hold on.
yeah, no, I mean, I didn't buy it, so
I guess it's better than having like Windows stored since you could probably
it's
just.
okay. It's a good stream thingy to have on your TV. That's basically its
Mm.
main appeal. If you just want to like watch YouTube videos, then it's perfect for that. Although it is showing its age a little bit with it's kind of struggling now. But I haven't really been using it either, so who
Anyways,
cares?
yeah. In my older school district, we had to use Chromebooks and ugh,
Yeah, good
ugh.
thing we get to use Windows 10 with ThinkPads now. What was it, the Yoga something?
I don't know. Technically, it's a separate school brand, which I think the Yoga. I do
It's a
think
eight
Yoga is
hundred
technically
dollar
a higher
laptop
artifact.
last
Yeah,
time I checked, so it's a fairly
but yes, okay. $800 when it released. It's like I'd with the way it's designed, I'd label it around 600 to 700 these days,
Yeah,
even with a
well,
modern processor.
well, we're talking MSRP. That's how I'm rating it, and I'm assuming the school bought it for cheaper than that. Yeah, the
They
Yoga
did
11E.
bought them in bulk.
Yeah. Okay, right now it's a lot cheaper. I mean, I think the main difference is storage. We have how much storage do we have? Like 250,
Uh,
128?
250 NVMe. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's NVMe, but I'm
Um,
pretty sure it is. It's a
ooh, poor
Samsung board. I
Newegg
know that
price.
for a fact.
Yeah.
Ugh, yeah, Newegg's been rough.
Newegg has been horrid. That's not the that's not the right yoga. What is this is I think this is the one. Damn. 379. But it is the 4 gig RAM version, so which we have the 8
No,
gig.
some of them. Okay, it's weird. Some of the laptops we have are actually different models from each other. We have the people who are lucky enough to get i3 models and the people who are lucky to get M3 models. I was lucky enough to get an i5 model because I'm impaired. Woo!
Don't remember which one I had. I think it
Mm.
was an i5, but also
I
no,
doubt it
it
was an
wasn't.
i5.
It's M3.
Yeah, okay.
What's an M3 again? I know it's one of their
Uh,
mobile chips.
it's literally just like basically a mobile worser version of the i3, as
I thought
far as I
so.
understand. You
Yeah,
don't
the
really hear much
M3.
about it outside of I don't know. Actually, I just never really heard much about it
Yeah.
until
But it
a f-
ran
like
Premiere Pro surprisingly well.
oh my god. That makes sense.
Yeah, it was weird. But now it is
Your screen is
slow
also
as hell.
1366 by your screen is also 1366 by 768, I'm pretty sure. Mine was 1920 by 1080 because woo, I'm
Yeah.
impaired.
I will say though, that
Privileges.
laptop has gotten slow. I don't know why, but it is.
It's
It
Windows
doesn't
10
feel like
slowly eating it.
it doesn't feel like I'm running on a SSD. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
All right. Apple rumors. So, basically, there are rumors going on that Apple has been hiring Xbox people, eh? Future
I'm gonna
console
be
or
honest.
their XR.
This changes literally nothing.
I think it does bring into discussion of, oh God,
I don't know.
imagine if
I don't see another Apple console.
I could see it, just not a good one. Maybe like added to their Apple TV, you know?
It's gonna be an Apple and Disney collaboration.
God, it's just an Apple TV with like more power, so it can run like high quality mobile games.
But it'll only be able to run games specifically designed by Apple for your security.
Yeah, depending on what teams members they brought in, they could also add in XR development, but I don't know. Anyway, speaking of VR,
Xbox never really did anything with XR. The whole gimmick with like Phil Spen, what was his name? Yeah, I think that's right.
well, XR
Using
AR.
on XR was just cool. Yeah,
Well, no, that was more so VR than because they made
I'm
HoloLens.
pretty.
Oh
Yeah.
well.
Well, no, AR was AR. Well, but that's a totally different division of Microsoft than Xbox. So
Yeah, like I said, I'm talking about Microsoft as a whole, but Xbox, I don't know if they did hire those people, then I don't know. They could be making a console.
would you buy an Apple console? I feel like I am obliged
I
to
would buy
because
an
I
Apple.
already.
I would buy an Apple handheld. Think about it. It would be made of aluminium.
Did you say aluminium?
What? Aluminum.
I'm much more of a fan of the proper pronunciation, but
Well, didn't you say that you preferred aluminium?
no, it's al God, it's aluminium.
Shut up. Anyway.
What? It's how its original spelling was meant to be spelled.
Aluminum.
But then the
Anyway.
Americans were like, let's remove a letter.
In all fairness, I do think English as a whole just looks better and cleaner because less letters.
I just I just prefer aluminium as the pronunciation just because it sounds
Yeah.
cooler.
I'm
That
more so
is
talking
literally it.
about like color and armor. Why I don't like the U. Doesn't make sense to me. All right. So, the
It's
RTX
almost like you
3050,
grew up with the American pronunciation or something. Or
I don't
spelling, I guess.
know.
My bad.
I think don't most British people think that color and armor is better that way? I don't care. Um anyway, RTX 3050, it's okay.
Actually, well, technically it's pretty good performer. It's
Uh
6500 XT. In fact, we
performance
didn't even talk about the 6500
All
XT
right.
last week.
So, performance-wise, it is in the ballpark of a 1070 or a 1660. It's just with DLSS. And the ray tracing performance was respectable for Minecraft. So, it's a good Minecraft card. You know, if you're a Minecraft
You know,
content creator, uh and it
looking
should
down
be
at
able to run VR.
looking down at the stream, I realize how much the C920 and C922's sensors really bring out the color in our hair.
Oh no,
It's like weird.
webcams do tend to bring out a lot of hair. My hair is not this blue, by the way. It's
Well,
a
yeah, because
lot.
of the
Mine's a lot more teal or greenish, and darker.
Mm.
That's only because I kind of rushed the bleach job a little bit because I was getting a little
Yeah.
impatient. Also it was 2 a.m., so you know, I kind of wanted to beat the 5 nights. God. All right. So Meta, they're having a big AI supercomputer for their metaverse, and it'll have over 16,000 GPUs, and will use the NVIDIA
16,000 GPUs for your
DGX platform.
16,000 GPUs to generate everybody's faces in VR.
God, you
You can
know,
have a
what
perfectly
if
built
I
profile.
I can imagine a bunch of gamers will raid Meta's headquarters to steal all those 16,000 GPUs. It's like for the gamers.
I doubt they have video output, so good luck using them.
Oh no, I just think it'd be funny.
Yeah, no, that'd be
Their main use is to
very much so.
develop algorithms because it's apparently I don't know what type of AI supercomputer it is. So
Long story short, Meta's gonna use it to track you even more.
I think it's just to create different worlds automatically. We're gonna have AI
Yeah, check it
generated
out.
worlds. Uh-oh. Okay, so Google Pixel Watch. May 6th is potentially the release date.
Okay, deal breaker. If the Galaxy Watch 4 doesn't have Google Assistant by then, I'm sold.
All right. So Nintendo takes down YouTube videos of a fan-made Pokemon first-person shooter.
Based. Okay, I'm sorry. I've just never been a huge fan of like the whole gimmick of hey, look, children's
Whoa.
games have guns.
That the chat right now. That's
I'm too lazy to touch that. Whatever. Wait, what?
mm,
Oh, yeah, I didn't even realize that. That is not okay.
huh.
Can we talk
Hang
about
on.
how much worse YouTube is at like filtering messages than Twitch is?
Yeah, but also Twitch isn't much better.
Oh, well, it
Hang
isn't, but it's
on.
just.
I
Mm.
need to I need to see the Pokemon FPS footage. Where's a good
Remember, children, this is not for the faint of heart. Pokemon was made by the devil.
Okay, I found footage. Alright, who's streaming this? Connor Eats Pants? I think I've heard of Connor Eats Pants.
Never been a fan of the guy, but that's my take. I don't know. Don't really care.
Oh, I don't know what's going on here. Uh, so okay. Oh no! The ragdoll physics. Oh, it looks like it's running on Unity.
Okay, so here's the thing. People may make a huge big deal about how certain fan games are taken down, and I completely understand that. But I do believe that Nintendo is fully in the right to take certain fan games down solely based on the fact that it could technically do damage to their brand.
Well, okay, the main thing with how Pokemon does their copyright is completely different from Nintendo because Nintendo typically only takes down projects that competes with anything they're releasing or already have released. Which is like the whole AM2R thing. But
Hmm.
Pokemon doesn't follow those rules. They operate on a completely different system, which is concerning. Not really, but I mean, there was a Mario Battle Royale, and that got taken down right before Mario 99 happened for a little bit.
Oh, okay, no, stuff like that is completely BS. I'm gonna call Nintendo out on that like fully. Yeah, no, that's kind of
Mm.
that's that like it had a similar concept, but they were completely different in
There's the
actual
whole
execution.
Nintendo taking down music from late or releases of Nintendo games, some music. I mean, I get it. It's just a bit of an inconvenience. But it does create great titles. Hang on.
Oh, that okay. I don't get people being angry at that. Like I understand I'm personally angry that Nintendo doesn't release their music on like other music platforms because that'd be a huge cash grab for them. But like at the end of the day, that literally is stealing music.
Yeah. I will say
Like
though,
out of all the things people are mad at Nintendo for taking down, I think that's one of the most just idiotic.
I don't think people are angry about it. I think they're more so joking
Oh no,
about
I've
it.
seen people who I've seen people who are genuinely furious about like Nintendo taking down like Smash Music or whatever. I'm like, for the record, they own the rights to this. Like, this is literally just ripping the game music. Uh,
Yeah, but it's just kind of a situation. Although I think anyone who does take it too seriously is just go to SoundCloud.
Actually,
Copyright's
yeah,
way lighter there.
SoundCloud has exactly zero moderation. I'm pretty sure you'll figure it out.
Yeah, just go to Sound. That's what I did for a while. That's how I listened to Three Houses music while that was being taken down.
Technically,
So,
you have exactly one song uploaded to SoundCloud that's not available anywhere else. So
oh yeah, definitely. So I have a situation, or okay, here's what happened. When Nintendo took down Three Houses music because I didn't have access to the entire OST when I was playing the game because the game only gives you the soundtracks you've listened to, and I wanted to listen to some of the tracks without being totally spoiled, but I wanted to listen to the final boss tracks to determine which route I'd go with in order. Like I was going Black Eagles no matter
You
what.
literally you decided. Okay, okay.
Yeah. But like which one would I go next? I'll determine which one had the better boss music. And I was like I listened to and this was after I beat Black Eagles, so it didn't matter. Um I listened to Funeral of the Flowers, which I thought like, damn, that's actually a really good final boss theme. It's actually not like generic high beat motif. It's just well, it's a motif, just a different motif from the main theme. And it was sad and had a piano version for the Thunder track. I'm like, damn, that's all you needed to do, man. And then I listened to Blue Lions and Edelgard's route, and that was Apex of the World. I thought that was generic as fuck. And I got kind of pissed when they used that for the 10 players remaining for Tetris 99 for that theme. I was like, damn, just
Wait,
use
what?
Gotch.
They did?
Yeah, they had a Three Houses theme for Tetris
I
99.
never even. I don't know. I never really paid attention.
I remember when I put in a review in the Discord server with the Fire Emblem Three Houses theme. I
Oh,
talked about what
you really
each.
cared that much.
Hell yeah. And okay, so the main way I listened to God Shattering Star was through SoundCloud. And it had a modified Abraham Lincoln picture with like I don't know, angry face on it. I don't remember. But on YouTube, what the Fire Emblem community did, I don't know if other game communities did this, but they said like this is not insert track name here. And it kind of worked. They lasted longer than the ones that just had the name.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what Nintendo would ever copyright. It's not.
I think my favorite one that's not here anymore is the one where it was just God Shattering Star, but Rathalos was doing the Fortnite dance on loop.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. I don't know why people would be here for the music.
There was also one that lasted a while where they just played the music from the Switch music selection screen, which lasted like 2 weeks. So it's like, hey, it lasts longer. But I
It
downloaded
ain't
it.
broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, I did download it in advance just in case I needed it more because God Shooting Star at the time was such a banger. Like it was so different for a Fire Emblem thing. Man. Anyway, where were we? Ah yes. Nvidia drops out of ARM purchase. Ah yes, the monopoly is dead. No.
FTC said, "Hey, you idiots! We don't want you to conquer the world." So, yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Nvidia didn't
And
conquer the world.
also I think it was also a mix of that and also the fact that ARM stock increased, which meant they had to pay more.
I think the whole gimmick is that ARM is actually, yeah, doing more of a stock-based
They're a public
share, I
company.
guess.
I told my dad to invest in Intel right before the 12th gen came out, and look who stocks raised. Let me actually double check.
It blew my mind that that there were genuinely people buying 11th gen Intel.
Yeah, no. he would have gotten like what was this? Like 48 to 55-ish? What kind of increase is that by percentage?
I don't know how math works. I'm kidding. I actually do, and I'm just too lazy to use my math brain.
Hang on. Let's say like 45, 54 percentage difference. Or actually, no, it was 55. Round it up.
Wait,
That's an 87%. I don't think that's right. 48
Wait,
to
what was the original value?
55. 14% increase. He would have gotten a 14% increase if he invested about the time I asked him to. So it's like, damn. But also, in general, actually, Intel stocks are kind of low right now.
Yeah.
Buy right before ARC comes out. No. Anyway, we're not here to give financial advice. Please don't take my advice.
No, seriously, yeah, don't take financial advice from him.
Don't take financial advice, especially from Lunar Dave.
Don't take financial advice from the guy who has a case sitting right in the back waiting to be built in that I'm just
Oh yeah, I see it. We'll talk about that in a bit. So AMD is buying Xilinx?
I think Xilinx, yeah.
Yeah, Xilinx for 35 billion. It's basically they'll get better Chinese stuff situated
Yeah.
for 35 billion. Yeah. Made in China. All right. So, YouTube,
I'm stopping myself from making Asian jokes. I'm sorry.
we're Asian.
For the record,
We're Asian. We can
yeah,
get away with it.
I know, yeah, but it's still. I'm like, oh, hold on.
No. Also, it is, you know, I mean, we're Koreans, and you're also.
Do 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 do.
All of a sudden, my brain
Wait,
is
didn't
dying.
the top
Philippines,
variable,
right?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. For a second, I was like, it was Philippines. It's Philippines. But what if it was?
What are the people from the Philippines called? Excuse me.
Yeah. What is a Filipino?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't do culture.
Which, by the way, it's with an F and not a PH, and that really bothers me.
Filipino. That sounds more like a food. I'm not gonna lie. Like jalapeno.
It does. Yeah.
By the way, I used to not like jalapenos, but now I do. This is
You're
bad.
okay. This is bad.
This is bad. They're not good for my stomach. So YouTube has been considering NFTs based off of what Susan said. You know,
Damn it, Susan.
if we could get NFTs to not have environmental damage, I think it'd be slightly better. Because it's not any more different than having
Also-
unique in-game customization, so. Right now, it's just a pyramid scheme. But if it wasn't a pyramid scheme... like I said, it's like the same idea with like the concept of Bitcoin. Or like crypto in general. Like, it's a decent idea. Like, I like the concept, kinda. But the issue is that people are just using it for money.
I don't know. The concept of NFTs is still kind of flawed anyways, simply because we have, for a lot of NFTs, particular uses, which is creating a very specific receipt for something.
think-
We already have better solutions.
I think the main thing is, for games specifically, it's just very individual based customization shit. Which, like, yeah, you can kind of do normally.
Someone from buying that from like a
You can't. You can't.
NFTs. Okay, NFTs are a receipt, not a specific product. So,
Yeah, it's a receipt, but if it's a game, then you can't really just screenshot and say like I have it. I mean, you can say you have it online, but you can't just take someone's gameplay and say it's yours.
You can also just have someone rip 3D models. Granted, it's slightly more difficult, but
Yeah, okay, I'm just saying it takes more effort. But I think that's what they're going for? I don't know. Also property, I guess. For metaverse shit.
yes, this is my digital land. You cannot build on this land because this is an NFT and you cannot have it.
It's basically
Which is
okay.
like an idea.
NFTs are just furry adopts, but for rich people. I think that's although furry adopts are for rich people, so I guess
I think
it's
I'd
for
much rather go by the VR chat system. Like you can create a private world and then.
yeah. But also, we don't know what the hell metaverse is doing with their metaverse exactly because we just saw
We
concepts.
don't barely know what a metaverse is. Like we know what they're trying
Metaverse,
to do, but we don't know what a metaverse
like
is
it
essentially
seems,
outside of.
it seems XR, but also new internet too. Internet too, but Marky owns
Electric
everything.
Boogaloo. So
Which
significantly worse and more dominant internet. Yeah.
yeah, Ubisoft. I'm never calling it Ubisoft. Says people don't understand NFTs. Technically,
don't understand us.
technically, people don't understand NFTs, even the people that are
Yeah,
in
but
it. But
I
not.
haven't read this article or whatever, but I don't think it's the way that Ubisoft intends.
I think the main thing Ubisoft wants to do is just get very specific, like customization shit. Um, and he says like it'll be the norm eventually, and it's like the worst part is that could easily happen depending on how things go.
It could, but I'm
I think it has to
I don't
change.
see
I
NFT.
think I can see them.
Okay, no, I don't see NFTs as the eventual standard. As in, like, if we do eventually get a NFT like concept, I don't think it'll be NFTs.
I think it'll probably be under a different name because of its already kind of shitty
Well, not under a different
reputation,
name, but I just mean completely different protocols, completely different, just generally how
architecture shit.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if right now NFTs have the issue where, you know, it takes a lot. It gets a lot of heat, literally. Um, once I mean, like just like Ethereum, didn't they say they were switching to what was it? Was it proof of stake or was that the other way around?
Proof of stake, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they said NFTs should probably go to proof of stake as well, which if it does that, then I think NFTs won't be as hated besides the fact that it's ugly art and people are spending millions on it.
I do think NFTs still do have the downside of being very easily, or having the downside of being able to very easily plagiarize works.
I will say I think NFTs are fine in certain situations that aren't profile pictures because right now I'm sorry, but a profile picture is the lamest thing you could do with an NFT.
Hexagons, hexagons, hexagons.
So funny. I found a hexagon profile picture. It was a fake hexagon profile picture, but then the comment section were like, "I hate this man so much. I will come home. I will break into this guy's house and murder this man." That's
I
how far
remember
people are.
like,
That's how far people
I'm
are
not on
taking
the
it.
extreme of either. I extremely dislike NFTs, but not to a point where I'm going to like
I don't
harass someone unless they have a completely.
Honestly, I don't dislike NFTs like how I don't dislike crypto. Like, but only the concept specifically. Right now, I don't
dislike
like
the concept of NFTs significantly more than I dislike the concept of crypto.
NFTs to me are just like a different way to say I have a furry adopt. So it's just like okay, sure.
Is your PayPal transaction not enough?
No, they gotta be special and get into the blockchain.
Can I have an NFT VTuber model? In
Yeah.
fact,
Like
actually,
right now, it's like it's solving a problem that doesn't exist, but also like we've always done that. So it's not anything surprising to me. Like if NFTs are the future, so be it. I just hope that they
what
fix the
problem have we-
environmental issue.
Okay, right now it's solving a problem that doesn't exist. Name one.
Metaverse. We have VR
The
chat.
problem is that okay, well, yeah, that's a very good point. But also the problem is that we
Daily
still don't have
motion.
more of an interconnected VR.
Daily motion. That's a joke, by the way, but God. Either way, like NFT as a concept, I could see some use for it. Just very niche and not mainstream
I think it
like,
should just be
but
used for bank transactions and that's it.
that'll be $110, sir. Gives a piece of paper NFT. I think this will
That's
cover
not really
it.
a change.
God.
Did you see the Mr. Who's the Boss video on the Escobar currency?
Now that I think about it, I think NFTs are just digital Pokemon cards.
Crack the code.
I mean, like, at the end of the day, Pokemon cards are just pieces of cardboard. Why do people...
You get that super shiny, rare first edition, like, tint. God.
God, I mean, like, that's how people are acting when they're talking about selling and buying it. So it's like, you know, it's like, yo, I minted an NFT like how I minted a Pokemon card.
Well, at the very least, you get, like, something that actually is
Physical.
more unique than an NFT technically is.
NFTs are like, okay, as NFTs as a profile picture honestly sucks. I would like to have it as something not just a profile picture.
I don't know what you're talking about. Hexagons are great.
I mean, it started out with
Same.
3D models, which, you know, I mean, okay. But then again, that 3D model was stolen, so.
I would just be like, hey, just send me the files, please. I commission you. Yeah, that'd be great. Just send me the files. Tell me how the.
But also, I could see it working specifically for the metaverse. That's the main thing.
I think virtual property is a stupid idea.
It's stupid, but, you know, we're stupid.
No, I legitimately think it's like. It's creating a problem that there doesn't need to be.
Well, that's kind of what Meta is trying to do. They're trying to create a second life thing, which, like, yeah, sure.
It's like, okay, how do we explain this? It's like saying, hey, we're implementing racism into VR. It's a similar concept, just adding in a problem from the real world that doesn't need to exist. Like,
Yeah,
if
but
we're talking about buying a specific experience, just hit the in-app purchase button. Link your PayPal account. It's not that hard.
yeah. But also, I just don't know enough about NFTs, and I don't think a lot of articles do a good job either, because they say the same three things. NFTs does have their uses, it's just they're not being used for it. They're not utilizing it very well. At
Again, I
all.
think it should just be bank. I legitimately just think they should be banknotes. That's it. Just
Banknotes.
literally banknotes. Literally nothing. Just digital banking. That is all it would be used for.
I don't know. Either way, yeah, I just don't really care which direction NFTs go to, because at the end of the day, we don't know whether it'll last or be gone. But based on what I'm seeing, I don't think I can just see it as just a fad, because a lot of people are saying that it is. I don't think it will be, or if it's a fad, it's gonna last longer than people think.
NFTs goes the way of the Dogecoin.
God, I'm like, the main reason why I'm saying that I don't think it's gonna be a fad is simply because of how many people and how many companies are doing long-term investment of it. I mean, unless a bunch of companies start backing out, I don't see it. Also, there's the whole thing
I think
with
it's gonna be an HD DVD kind of thing. No, I'm kidding.
God. I think NFTs could be replaced So by furry adopts. The furry adopt community comes back to take back their crown of overpriced art.
Yeah. Speaking of art, I should probably eventually get that done.
Yeah,
Ugh.
minting NFT. But also a lot of
mint flavored NFC sounds delicious.
another thing with NFTs is like a lot of younger people are into it. Like a lot of young artists.
Which is exactly what makes it a pyramid scheme.
That's what makes it a pyramid scheme, yeah. Scheme. It's a pyramid scheme right now. So until it stops, I don't
The NFT cult.
NFT cult. God. Reminds me
We
of the
worship
crafting table
NFTs.
religion that was going on for a while.
Excuse you, what? Fill me in. What did I miss?
So you know 2B2T, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically there's a clan that's purely with the religion of crafting tables. What they do is
Based.
they place crafting tables, they make giant crafting tables. They made the valley of crafting tables where it's a big island with just crafting tables.
That's very based.
Oh no, it definitely is. Also
Literally
considering
the best block in the game.
definitely. It's one of the most useful ones too. You can't really
It's useful. It has a really solid design, and like
it's memorable as hell.
what can go wrong? Yeah, you see
It's
the crafting table,
iconic.
you're like, that's Minecraft.
Yeah. All right. Enough about NFTs. I think we're beating a dead horse. Yeah. Right now, I think we could say NFTs bad. Stop the pyramid scheme. Make it a square. Make it a
I was
square.
thinking more of a rectangular prism, but
I was thinking a hexagon. Actually,
dude, can we get a cylindrical? Can we get cylindrical NFTs?
Isn't that just a normal profile picture? God.
Well, no, because it wouldn't be cylindrical. That's flat. That's a circle.
It's so strange because when I first saw NFTs, they were actually fairly high quality art. And then now they're just monkeys.
And then we got the monkeys.
Yeah, no, the monkeys are like all people think about with NFTs. And when I like my first impression of NFTs were like the artists that can make ultra realistic faces with paintings. Like it's like okay, I can kind of see that. That's just like a different way for rich people to say buying like modern art or some shit. Oh, like that's how I saw it at first, and then, you know. Anyway, Windows 11 is gonna have an update for more Android stuff, but not really. But also really, it's like out of stuff that was in beta, not in beta. Yeah, no, it's gonna be out of beta soon. That's basically it.
Sick. Windows has been doing, or Microsoft has been doing this thing to more unite Windows with other code bases. So we've got WSL and WSA, so Windows subsystems for Linux and then Windows subsystems for Android. And theoretically, that's a good thing as it allows people. Well, Android is just overall a better improvement because you get more access to applications. But
yeah, I had to block 2 people in chat.
And then there's the Windows subsystem for Linux, which might help with a lot of compatibility with different use cases, like for example, coding and such.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Google been doing some whack shit. They scan documents for copyright infringement, and they flag it as so, even when those documents are like blank, or like have
just like,
one number.
Google Drive documents or whatever.
Wait a second.
I forget.
Copyright infringement, scanning through Google Drive. My Spider-Man No Way Home!
My Spider-Man, no!
Hang on.
I think it's still there, I checked.
Is it? I don't see it.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, I always saw the thing on my...
Hang on.
Spider-Man died.
Oh no, it's still there. Woo!
Okay, I was gonna say.
My rip of my illegal pirated copy of Spider-Man No Way Home is still there. Close one.
A close one. Mm. I am very sorry.
So, legacy G Suite users will be able to migrate to a workspace. Okay, can I ask what the hell is the difference between
G
G
Suite.
Suite and workspace?
Okay. Google does this thing. I don't get it. They take stuff down and then like release another thing that doesn't solve any problems with the old thing and claim it's something new.
Man,
It's like
Google
replacing
Plus.
Hangouts with Google Chat.
Google Plus, man. You know, Google Plus had some use.
Oh
Mostly,
yes, it was a platform that was not moderated much since nobody used it.
yeah. Well, also Google Plus had the benefit of being amazing for archival shit because any video that got deleted was still listed on Google Plus, so people would know like if they deleted. And since no one cared to look at Google Plus, yeah. So a lot of like lost media was able to be found at that time thanks to Google Plus.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, some use. But you know, other than that, yeah, no, it was kind of shit. It just had that one niche unintentional use.
Just use the YouTube chat function when that was
Rip.
a thing.
FCC.
Mr. Lunar Dave, sir, would you like to do a collaboration?
So the FCC is attempting to stop ISPs from doing shitty things,
Neutrality, baby.
like hidden fees, hidden data caps, not showing the actual performance properly, etc., that kind of shit.
Okay, can we talk about data caps for a sec? You give us like 500 megabits per second, and you expect us not to go over 1.2 terabyte usage? Or like,
Do you have data cap?
I do not. Not
Yeah.
anymore.
It's funny
we
because
did.
I
My parents kept yelling at me. Or-
I have data caps, but like
Mm.
CenturyLink doesn't do anything about it. Like
Mhm.
even if you go over, it's like we don't care.
Yeah, Comcast charges you a fixed rate, I believe, for how long you or for how many gigabytes you go over or whatever.
Yeah. I
And I'm
mean,
just like,
okay.
my parents kept yelling at me. I'm like, okay, it's not my fault. They give us like we have such a fast plan, but they don't do anything to stop me from use like
Yeah,
1.2 terabytes is not enough for a household of 5 people and
definitely
someone
not.
who uses their computer for actual work.
Hmm. Like, how do I say this? Especially since I'm moving. I think once we move out, I think depending on our residence, I might prefer DSL just a little bit for the moment.
Just want fiber.
Well, we don't have fiber in the area, so. But like, okay, if it's between cable and DSL, I'm probably leaning towards DSL a little bit, mostly because there's no downtime. And also generally more stable.
No, my internet's been surprisingly consistent the past couple months.
Yeah, but also
never
you
got
had
so
you
much
had
ever
you
since.
I don't know, man. Like I've had every person that I've interacted, any content creator I've interacted that had Xfinity or any cable internet, always had at least a few internet shutdowns or like, oh, we're updating, so no internet for you. I mean, didn't that happen to you? Or are you gonna deny it here?
Yeah, I can't really remember.
Yeah, no, it's happened to you like 3 separate occasions. So I'm just saying, if I'm choosing between cable and DSL, I'm leaning towards DSL, but it also depends on pricing and shit. All right. Also, most houses come with DSL nowadays, so you don't have to pay for the extra fee. All right. So Sony greenlit an animated movie called A Winter's Journey, which will be produced partially with assets from the game Dreams. What is Dreams? The
Dreams
meme.
was
I know Dreams.
wait,
I know what Dreams is,
okay.
but like, no, there was this meme going on for a while. It's last year, I think. It was like, what is Dreams?
Don't understand why anyone would care about using assets from Dreams.
I guess it's just interesting, I guess. It's an animated
It's
movie.
basically just less immersive VR chat.
No,
It's slightly more animated Roblox.
yeah, basically. But Dreams is pretty good overall. There's some nice stuff over there. Anyway, say goodbye to your GPU being great at performing games because Crisis 4 is coming.
Oh, run! Crisis 4 is coming!
Run! 3000 series, run while you can! Crisis 4 is coming! The second Crisis 4 comes out, like, all GPU prices tank. Because
Can
they're
it run
worthless.
Crisis 4? No.
Worthless. Not even good. No, I don't even care about mining performance. If it can't run Crisis, it
I
sucks.
don't even get 720p.
But yeah, I mean, is Crisis 4, is that even a good game? Is Crisis 4 a good game?
Crisis, I think.
Is Crisis a good game?
I think Crisis is iconic. It probably
Yeah.
was a good game. I don't know. I never really played.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same
I
vein
never
on how,
played a
like,
lot of the older
Doom
PC titles.
3 is a benchmark. Like, no one thinks Doom 3 was a particularly amazing game, but we still use it
2
for
was pretty
benchmark.
solid, though.
I like how we stopped using Cyberpunk for benchmarks. Or do we still do it? I don't remember.
Not often, no. I haven't really seen anyone particularly mention
I've seen
Cyberpunk
more
in a while.
Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Flight Sim is a really hard game to run, yeah.
Yeah, especially in VR. Alright, so finally, we're going to be talking about video games. Yeah, Crisis 4 isn't a video game. It's not a...
True. It's a benchmark, you
Dreams
fool.
is not a video game. So,
No, that's a creator content or content creator shared platform.
So, there's been a Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 leak. I don't remember. I don't know the source. I don't know. I just watched a Switch Force video. So,
Watch the Switch Force video.
So, basically, here's some stuff. I'm not gonna really spoil too much of the story, but I might mention a few things that it would be referencing. So I will tell you spoiler warning, and I will make big hand signs when it's done. So you could mute if you're desperate. All right. 3, 2, 1. Get fucking spoiled.
Dungeon based, right after Breath of the Wild 1. Among Us is gonna be in there.
No, okay.
You're gonna see a whole bunch of Donkey Kong.
All right. So, basically, there's potential for co-op, more traditional dungeons instead of shrines. The plot involves time mechanics. Green Arm is a motif for courage. Lots of Ocarina of Time references. Takes place almost
and
right
that's
after Breath of the Wild
that
1. And yeah, that's basically the main stuff. And it's not going to be easier or harder. It's like the same level of difficulty.
Oh yes, the Breath of the Wild, the hardest game I've ever played.
But yeah, interesting. I don't know. I don't feel very hyped for Breath of the Wild 2.
I'm excited.
I'm excited in a obligated way. Not a, oh my god, I can't wait to play Breath of the Wild 2. I can live without that game, honestly.
I would really like to play Breath of the Wild too, but also
I would love to
I'm not
play
the
it.
biggest Zelda fan in the world.
I'm just not a Zelda fan, so it's not the what I'm here for. What I
was
am
your
here
Zelda game again? Because I'm a Twilight Princess loser.
I have a favorite Zelda game?
I don't know.
I don't really have one, but like it's between Link to the Past or Breath of the Wild, which like
When
Breath
your favorite game is when your favorite Sonic game is Sonic Unleashed and your favorite game or Zelda game is
Why are Sonic Unleashed
I
fans
seem
mad?
to see a pattern. Long story short, Sega mentioned Sonic Unleashed as one of its failures, and people are like, I can't believe Sega considers it one of its failures. I'm like, guys, the
It
game did
was.
critically horrible. It literally was a failure.
It was a
Like,
failure on a corporate level. Now people are turning around to it. It's like, yeah, the daylight
yeah,
levels were pretty
yeah.
good.
Yeah, no, I've even seen people like be like, the werehog levels are really well thought out, and the combat is super fun. I'm like, no,
I don't know,
don't lie to
man.
me.
I've played Sonic Unleashed on the Wii. I played the Werehog stages, and they were.
Believe it or not, they're somehow more tolerable. I'm pretty sure on the Wii. It's been a while since I played the Wii versions.
Yeah, if that was more tolerable, then yikes. 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 I did not like the Werehog. It's mostly because it didn't make sense to me. Also, it relied on motion controls to
I'm
move.
just tired of people being surprised about like you can like a game, but not be surprised when people call it a failure because the game was critically a failure. Fans did not like the game at the time, and that is not the reaction. You can't.
People
Whenever
turned around
you
up to
release a
it.
game, okay. Well, yeah, but whenever you release a game, its sales tend to be based off of the first impressions.
Yeah.
No one's gonna be like here 5 years down the line, and be like, I want to buy that game because I.
It is kind of interesting because, like, if you look at other games, where it's like take Fire Emblem Fates for example. That game did critically really well, and sales wise, it was literally the best selling game of its genre, and the fans hate it. Well, actually, I don't know what the general reception of Fates is anymore because I've my Twitter timeline is so biased towards Fates.
Because your your Twitter timeline's filled with Heroes fans. Don't lie to me.
Heroes fans, are they though? I mean, here and there, yeah. Oh my God, is that Sonic in a race car bed?
Excuse you, what?
Look at this.
I'm very concerned.
Yeah, in the Archie comics, Sonic the Hedgehog sleeps in a race car bed.
I guess that makes sense. Can we talk about this for a sec? People are like, why don't they use Sally? I'm like, please don't bring the Archie characters into game canon.
I wouldn't mind it for a spin-off, but yeah.
I'm just not a huge. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I've said this multiple times, but I'm just not a huge fan of the Archie designs,
I think they're okay.
or I guess the Sad AM designs. Whatever.
I don't like Sad AM. They look weird. I don't know. Just the shading, just the colors. Tails looks weird.
Oh, Tails. It's yeah.
Yeah, no, I've
On Sad AM, Tails is given like a very, very, very side role. I'm like, come on, you did my boy dirty.
I did like that Sally redesign. I don't know where I don't remember where I found it. It was some Sonic Archie comic artist that like redesigned her for fun, I think. I like that
Pretty
one.
solid design, but like I don't know. I never really liked. Ah,
I
I'm
think the
just
main reason
very
why people
anti-Sally.
I think the main benefit Archie Comics brings is like they're able to tell stories from more than just Sonic, I guess. But also I don't know, we'll have to see. Anyway, Sonic Frontiers. Do we know anything about it yet? Besides combat?
Nope.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah. Actually, hold on. I do think they mentioned the fact that they want. You saw the whole thing about yeah. Whenever I like we read work on this game, I see Sonic in my head.
Oh my god, what is up with random people typing in gibberish? I'm just blocking them right now because
Yeah, YouTube's had a major issue with that, especially in comment sections.
yeah. So Sonic Unleashed fans are pissy.
I'm like, guys, your game sucked on launch. It's not. I get liking the game, okay? I, but like, please stop acting like it wasn't a critical failure.
You know what
I
wasn't
think the
a
game is
critical
good.
failure?
Swear to God, if you say fucking Fire Emblem Fates.
Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon.
Fair enough. I
Actually,
actually don't know how the game sold,
no.
so.
Well, no, I think it sold like 1.6 million, which was actually kind of low for the series. Like, I think it's the third best-selling Pokemon Super or Mystery Dungeon game. What is its what is its Metacritic score? Yeah, Scarf.
Oh my God.
Look.
Okay. I'm prepared. Okay, they just knew it was nice. There's a better way to explain it.
It's official. This is the best Pokemon game ever.
It's the
The
nicest
the,
Pokemon
the
game ever.
score says it right there. What more proof do you need? Yeah, no. If it got it
Based.
God. I'm looking at what people didn't like about it.
They didn't like that they had to beat more than 2 dungeons.
The best entry in this. Okay, this guy rated it a 40. The best entry in the series, but far from being super, as the excitement of discovery is replaced with the drudgery of repetition.
Actually, I'd say it's particularly unique compared to EOS.
I'd say it's the least repetitive mystery dungeon in the franchise, including DX, because DX is repetitive as hell.
DX is literally a re-release. Shut up. Or
True.
sorry, remake. Whatever.
It was a bad remake.
Please send your complaint box to the to my spam account that I probably won't ever read.
Yeah. Okay. A game. Okay. This is a user, not a critic. On March 2nd, 2020. What the hell? A game that doesn't reward normal RPG work that you put in. In previous Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games, it was about strategy. You grind, you save the items for the right time. You spend a little more time grinding. You don't get wiped later.
Wait, is this person having a problem with the fact that you don't grind in Super Mystery Dungeon?
PSND dropped that idea and now spams you to death with items. As where before an item was to be used at the right moment, now, oh, this game sucks. While exploring one floor, you can pick up a dozen staves, a few foods, a lot of berries, and cure seeds. And to get through this game, you're expected to basically use those items immediately. Not immediately. I don't know. I've been able to
highly
play.
disagree. I think
Considering,
actually I felt more
considering the
more
fact that
item
I've.
restricted in.
Yeah. I think it's the fact that they just give you so many. But also, those items are fun as hell to use. I don't know what you're on. It is about your level
It's
or
like
who you
telling
brought
me,
with
oh
you.
my gosh.
Strategy
It
chosen.
blows
It's
my
about
mind that
items.
this complaint is literally just you can't grind.
Which would be fine if it wasn't so obnoxious to always be using something from the items menu. That doesn't take that long. Doesn't feel like anything is orderly. You're just picking up random items and using them ASAP. I don't know. It feels like a loot box system for free and fun. Before you click that downvote button, answer me this. Does the game require anything other than filling your inventory with vibe seeds and spamming? Yeah. Position advantage, alliances, literally the Emra system. True. That doesn't make the game easy. It makes it unbalanced and awful. It's not. PSMD is like it's ultra balanced. Hell.
You literally just mentioned the fact that you don't have to grind in the game. What do you mean it's not balanced?
This is
my mind is blown right now. The argument is you don't have to grind.
It has the best pacing out of any mystery dungeon game. At least gameplay wise. People have issues with the story.
I was just told that grinding in an RPG is a good thing.
Yeah, and also strategy. Mystery Dungeon had strategy? I mean, yes it did, but like Explorers was like the same three things. And also, if you could grind for items, then this doesn't make it any different. So weird. It's such a weird complaint to have. Like I understand like not liking the relying on items because like that's a subjective thing, you know.
Well, yeah,
but
but arguing
the
that grinding was a significantly better system.
yeah. Okay, here's a
I'm,
6 out of
I'm
10.
so conflicted.
Okay, here's a 6 out of 10. This game has very good playability, although it may not be to everyone's taste. Pretty decent graphics for a 3DS and good story. Personally, have not been convinced. Have not just been. Excuse me? Although now that I write this, I am going to replay it and I recommend it if you are a fans of the saga.
Dang, you're super strict giving that a 6 out of 10 considering your review. Huh.
I guess they just have a different concept of what score each thing deserves. Here's a 5 out of 10. I am a massive Pokemon fan and I have been for over a decade. But I've got to say, the Mystery Dungeon games aren't a patch on the usual Pokemon game formats. While Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon soon becomes a little tiresome and leaves you wondering, where is this actually going? What am I meant to be doing?
No, I swear.
At
I'm
least
so
it is
sorry.
interesting playing from the
No, stop,
perspective of
stop, stop,
Pokemon.
stop talking. If they make an argument that Mystery Dungeon is more repetitive than mainline Pokemon,
Mainline
I'm
Pokemon's.
gonna lose it.
I think the main thing is mainline Pokemon's more brain dead than Mystery Dungeon games.
I'm actually gonna lose it.
Until DX changed that. Like the biggest reason why I like Mystery Dungeon so much is like it's not. I don't feel like I'm being brain dead. I don't feel like I'm brain rotting from just haha type. I have to actually think about positional advantage and what items I have. Okay, here's a 4 out of 10. It's an essay. Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon severely pales in comparison to previous titles like Explorers of the Sky and Rescue Team. It lacks the charm that Explorers of the Sky and Rescue Team had. First of all, the connection system is the worst thing about this game, where they just give you away all kinds of Pokemon without you having to recruit them like in the previous games. In other words, the client joins your team every time you complete a job or just talk to a client. So unlike previous game, where it gave this is basically complaining about quality of life systems being less charming. Okay.
I disagree. I guess, well, I don't know. I never had the issue the whole board versus like connection systems. I didn't really care.
It's not much different to me. Interesting way of recruiting allies. The dungeons are cool but very repetitive. Difficulty unbalanced at some moments is very easy. Another very difficult. The story is not very well developed or captivating shallow characters. I mean, the characters are kind of shallow, but they're fun. Fair enough.
Yeah, EOS falls in the same characters though.
Yeah.
They all have their own.
I think
like,
okay, if we take this to a perspective of someone who's never played or is not very interested in Mystery Dungeon in general, yeah, fair enough. Good critique.
well, yeah, but we're talking about someone who clearly liked EOS.
Well, no, this is a
So-
different person. He didn't mention EOS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Monkey reviews. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games aren't as great as I wanted it to be. The game's Pokemon are spectacular, but that doesn't make it. What? The gameplay is the boring part. It isn't that fun.
Yeah, I had fun.
The gameplay was very fun. It's more. I like it more than main series anyway. Yeah, a lot of 8s, 9s, and 10s though, for users. If we're looking at critic scores, they're all like.
Mid range.
Yeah, a lot of them are mixed. But hey, it got 69%. So let me look at
Yeah.
let me look at Explorers of Skies. Ooh, 54. Ooh, oh,
Rough.
that's rough, buddy. Okay.
Imagine.
Oh man. Critical score 9 lives. He got a 68. You were so close. I would have not cared what you said if it was. Okay. If you can't handle Pokemon, stay away from this one. Same goes for those who have Explorers of Time and or Explorers of Darkness because there's not much added value. They're treating it like how people reviewed Sonic Mania Plus.
I don't know.
You know how like IGN gave it a lower score because they were reviewing it
No,
for
I
the
mean I
add-ons?
know. I'm just I
Okay.
they're not separate games. They shouldn't get separate reviews, IMO, but
I just can't
I
recommend
don't know.
Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers Sky to anyone that has played the previous games in the series. It looks like a GBA game and is chock full of lazy and somewhat dated gameplay.
I wouldn't okay. I guess they have the same like art style as a GB game, but I wouldn't say it like looks terrible for a DS game.
Have you seen the beautiful fountain?
Yeah, I was there. I remember.
True. While Explorers of Sky would be a decent game if it were judged in a vacuum, when viewed alongside Explorers of Time, there isn't simply enough unique quality content to make it relevant. This is perhaps one of the worst values in gaming I've ever seen. Have they?
Oh, but you're gonna go buy Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum.
God, I don't know, man. They added the side stories, which for a lot of people like really carried the game. IGN 49. It feels like the only reason this game has a third version. Yeah, it's just so strange how they're reviewing it. Like, okay, I don't know. I feel like I people should review games based off like in a vacuum, I guess. But I don't know. I guess it's the same
With
idea of
the
it's like,
added footnote of being like, hey, there's these other versions that do exist, so if you've already played them, don't. But like,
yeah,
I
I
do think that
think
yeah, this should be more of a vacuum experience.
yeah, a vacuum experience. Like, let them know. Like, if you have this, like, tell them whether it's worth it for the different version. But yeah, that's it's. Oh man.
How do I explain this? Anyone who looks at a review for like a game probably
Pro-
doesn't have experience with that like specific game.
yeah. So Pokemon Legends is out. I love it. I think it's
Haven't played it.
honestly, this might be top five.
I think I'm really gonna like the game. Because as a kid, this is always what I thought Pokemon was, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I was never a huge Pokemon fan until I was like, I was never a huge Pokemon fan, actually. I was never a Pokemon fan at all until I was like 10, 11, somewhere around there.
Yeah. I just
But like,
converted this man to a Super Mystery Dungeon stand, so
I never really liked mainline Pokemon. I don't know.
yeah.
But like, that's what I always thought Pokemon was, you know? Like, this huge adventure where you like catch Pokemon and it's all like super, I don't know. Just what I've seen from Arceus so far looks super convincing.
I this was the breath of fresh air I needed in mainline because
Well,
like okay,
technically, it's not actually a mainline game. It's
so I played Brilliant Diamond right before I played Arceus. And I did enjoy Brilliant Diamond. I think it was probably the hardest Pokemon game I've played in a while.
should lend me your copy of Brilliant Diamond so I
Or
can
it's
play
the
play the
hardest
mod.
it's the hardest modern Pokemon game I've played simply because of goddamn that Elite 4.
Remember Oraz?
God. I mean, as much as I love Oras, that game was very easy.
That game is literally just yeah. There's no universe where
Baby.
you can like.
Ultra Sun
Mm.
and Moon had amazing, spectacular balancing with difficulty, but people don't acknowledge it for that and say like, "Oh, bad, worst story, bad game."
Oh yes, my favorite thing about Pokemon, the story.
God, but you know, it's valid. I like, especially for Ultra Sun and Moon, having a worse story for a game that's releasing, and also considering people wanted a Switch title by then, I could see why people were not kind to that game. But
Eh.
I don't. I also can't imagine it people warming up to it, which is a bit of a shame because that game is pretty good. Outside of like slightly worse story for Lily, but they gave a slightly more interesting story for uh, Luce. I mean, I forgot the lady people simp on. Okay,
Oh.
so
Mm.
yeah, but in general, I didn't. Okay, so I think my favorite part about this game, I mean, besides the art style, I like the art style a lot. Everything flows. very well. You go to a battle and then you exit out of it right after. You don't go to a different screen of gameplay.
Mhm.
And that's something
It's like how
that
Halo Infinite renders everything all, so you can literally smoothly transition from a cutscene to a.
yeah. Like
Yeah,
obviously
that's always something
yeah,
super cool.
obviously Legends Arceus doesn't do that for cutscenes, but for battles, which like, is the most jarring cut for most people. Um
Mhm.
yeah, no, it's great. Oh my god. And
I
then
think it
there's
would really bother me if, like, in an open world game where if you like started a battle and then you transition to like a battle screen or whatever.
the only thing I'm a little miffed on is I haven't heard the whole soundtrack yet, but I'm not really
What?
impressed.
But Dave, it looks like a PlayStation 2 game.
And that's why we're going to the Metacritic. So oh, what the oop.
Dude, I love my reliable and unfaulty game information from Metacritic.
Yes, let's look at Metacritic scores. Can we just say how many negative user reviews there are compared to 0 negative critic reviews? Let's see the negatives. A game that only Pokemon fans will tolerate. No other game could be this much of a technical disaster and still garner so much praise. Only Pokemon graphics, sound, level design, NPCs, and more are so undercooked that I would have guessed this game was a year away from release. Gameplay loop is fun enough. Blah blah blah. Graphics are well documented as being the worst of any AAA game in recent years. I'm
I
sorry.
wouldn't.
I'm sorry. I don't consider Pokemon a AAA franchise.
Yeah.
Is that wrong for me to say? I've
No,
never
I'm gonna say the exact same thing.
I don't consider Pokemon AAA. I'm not gonna lie. It's only like a few tiers away from indie.
Mm, it's not AAA. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, it's not AAA. Considering the team size, the budget, time, yeah. The only thing that's related to AAA is their schedule. It's hard to overstate how bad they are. This is the ugliest major release of any IP I can remember. Ooh, they haven't seen Three Houses.
Mm.
But also, I think Three Houses. I did not like its art direction. That was my main issue. There are no voiceovers or even typical JRPG grunt. There's JRPG grunting. What are you on? Just
I like how this is a specific point out that they don't have grunts in the game, and I'm just like, excuse you.
I'm okay. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really care about voice acting in JRPGs all too much. It's just a really nice to have. But
It makes the game more tolerable
for me, it just makes the game longer. Especially if I want to experience most of it. For three, okay, if I want,
me.
okay, if it's a short JRPG like Fire Emblem Echoes, that's like a 30-hour game, right? The story isn't that long and the gameplay takes most of the time. The voice acting, amazing. But something like Three Houses, where you're spending like an hour or two in the monastery, just going through support conversations and listening to Bernadetta say, "Oh, I'm so scared" for like the 15th time in their C support. Yeah, that kind of makes it a little bit tiring. But yeah, there is grunting. I don't know what they're on.
You know, the more like I think about Fire Emblem sports, the more I'm glad that Persona doesn't make every character have supports with each other, other than specific like reactions. Because
I think,
God, that would make this so intolerable.
yeah, no, I think support conversations were what really broke me into not liking Three Houses as Monastery. Or it was the beginning. Because it's like, damn, I'm kind of getting sick and tired of this. It's like I appreciate Echo supports way more because they felt more unique despite the fact that they were in the middle of a battlefield. Like I don't care how jarring it was still cool banter. But here it's like, here is my personality, and I will tell you why in my B support. And then we'll be
And then
best
there's
friends in my A
listen, I am
support.
racist. I will tell you why in my B support.
God. I just don't understand how this game can be celebrated. I'm gonna sneeze. Never mind.
Shabu!
Okay, Pokemon fans deserve better. There are early access indie games that are better optimized with technical design than this. I don't think they've played a Switch game. My last critique is that the
Yeah, have you played a game on the Switch before?
my last critique is that the first 1 to 2 hours is incredibly boring, but apparently this is normal. This is normal for any JRPG.
The first 4 or so hours of Persona 5 is like, yeah.
Exactly.
Tutorials and cutscenes, let's be real.
Like, okay, I understand not liking this. Like, fine. But also, I don't think you can just tell us what we should like and accept. I don't know. Like,
We moved to Metacritic for this. I think anyone who like posts their user review on Metacritic is too up their own you know what to feel so proud of themselves for a review of a Pokemon game.
7 hours in and I don't like it at all. Tutorial for 3-year-old kids that lasts hours, repetitive mission. What? Tutorials don't, they kind of stop.
Welcome to JRPGs, baby.
They disappear after like the first hour. And also that's just a JRPG problem. And also, I don't think they realize whose Pokemon's main target demographic is. Not the evolution I was hoping for the franchise. Okay, genuine. This makes me
What
wonder
were you expecting the franchise to do?
what do people want?
I'm conflicted.
This makes I'm just kind of confused because it's like we don't want to fight gym battles and then they don't. It's like I want gym battles back.
I don't know, like
You know how like
Arceus,
you know how there's a joke.
but it's what Pokemon is supposed to be.
You know how people complain about like how Sonic fans don't know what they want? I don't think they know what they're talking about, but people really know what they're talking about when they say Pokemon fans don't know what they want because holy shit, there is so much division between what people want in Pokemon.
It's so funny because all Sonic fans want is a good game, but then all Pokemon fans want is a good game with X amount of requirements, and those requirements are different for every other person.
It's like not the evolution I was hoping for in the friend. What evolution do you want? Genuinely.
They wanted a Pokemon shooter.
God.
Hear me out.
Like,
Hear me
okay.
out.
Do they just want Pokemon to be like a rated M game?
Dude, I'm waiting.
Like, okay. And do you want a more
tell the story from the manga?
Okay, do you want a more mature story? Do you want to have like more serious plots? Do you want to have better developed characters? Do you want
Persona 5?
Do you want a good storyline? Read the Pokemon manga. Jesus fucking Christ.
Literally, join the Megami Tensei fan base. I'm serious. It's literally just Pokemon, but like more mature.
Playing an Atlas game myself, I definitely understand what you're talking. I do understand what you're talking about. Okay, but so far it's so repetitive. They don't know what a JRPG is. World is just empty. They've never played an open world. With Pokemon just spreading, they're doing nothing. Graphics are terrible. You've never played a Switch game. The popping in is brutal. You've never played a Switch game. But at least for me, this is not the most important thing. Too bad I can't ask for a
they
refund.
should see like Xenoblade is a beautiful game, but some people don't realize how like horrible dynamic resolution is sometimes.
Yeah, and also every time they compare Xenoblade 2 to Legends, they just take up the really close-up shots for Xenoblade 2.
That reminds me,
Which is very unfair.
I design like I know it'll never happen because Nintendo, but I want a Xenoblade like port to PC just so we can get the like actual full 1920 by 1080.
Mm-hmm. Here's a game that on paper gets me excited for a Pokemon game after years and years of the same repeated game with different skins across a new game that tries to be different. The problem is that the new idea feels cut short and never truly fleshed out. See? Decent critique because it's not too different. It's not too different. Visuals are boring and flat. People seem to confuse graphics with things like ultra realism or RTX, but that's not what I'm speaking about. Game can have simple graphics but still manage to set stuff apart. So I guess they're complaining about how the art direction wasn't what they
What they
wanted.
want? Yeah, that's fair critique.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Personally, I
Solid
think
critique. Yeah.
its art direction was a step in the right direction, but it can be improved on.
Step in the right art direction.
Step
Good
in the
job.
right art direction. True. This game needs voice acting of some kind. A lack of voice acting. I guess they mean for cutscenes, which fair enough. I think every time people open their mouths, I would have liked some, but also
Og.
the English dub has to be really good. It has to be Three Houses quality minimum for me to accept it. Because
I
Zelda, because I
if
hate
we have
Zelda
bad-
voice acting. Link.
No. I'm perfectly fine with Breath of the Wild's voice acting. I'm actually really happy with it. I think suits Zelda perfectly well.
I don't like personally. I'm sorry, Echo's kind of ruined voice acting for me instead of benchmark that can never be topped. What, you're gonna say Xenoblade has better voice acting?
Xenoblade 1 might, but you're not a fan of accents other than American ones, so maybe not.
Yeah. I don't know.
Xenoblade 2 has an issue with Rex being the main character and not exactly having the best VA for yelling.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Xenoblade.
If your MC is great at yelling, you that's the one.
Yeah, no, have you heard Shulk's yelling from the actual game? It's so solid. It's such a solid.
I heard it. It's pretty solid, yeah.
Yeah.
The gameplay is fun. I would have enjoyed the open world movement to play a bigger part in the battles. Yeah, fair enough. Because once you get into battles, you can't really get hurt. And I would have like maybe you like being able to throw.
I sprained my ankle rock slide.
One thing I would like to see in like future games like this is like maybe like throw a rock to like distract the Pokemon so your Pokemon can attack. Stuff like that. I think
Mhm.
maybe for future entry. Like here's the thing, I think Legends is a great foundation.
Yeah.
I think we are at a point where we can start to move away from the turn-based battles because Final Fantasy did it. Combat could be so much more done in real time. That's subjective.
I'm gonna
But
say this right now. Final Fantasy real-time battles feel linear as hell.
I don't like Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy 7 remake.
I played
Sorry.
Final Fantasy 14. Gameplay was kind of X Y Y Y occasional battle Y Y Y Y Y X Y Y Y A B teleport attack.
Also, the way that Pokemon animations are handled right now, I don't think it's feasible.
The way Pokemon works, just don't. Heck, just get rid of the one Pokemon limit when battling would be an improvement. Fair enough. You can only send out one, despite you having to fight multiple.
There
Pokemon
literally
at
being
once.
no reason to. Yeah.
Yeah. It feels like they are picked this time period so that they could finally do something different with the. Okay, they decided to not lean on it fully and left it half baked. Here's the weird thing. Like, it feels old, but there's some weirdly modern shit going on, like modern fashion, modern cultural trends, cameras.
Okay, so tell me this.
What?
You carry a phone with you, and I keep seeing this going around. Does Arceus literally just message you sometimes?
Yeah. God, it's like, what up, bro?
What up, bro? You free this Sunday? I need you to go do this.
Hopefully this game will lead to a future where Pokemon games can be something more than just an advertisement to sell merchandise. You do not understand what Pokemon is then.
I do think these are fair critique, or those last few critiques were completely fair though.
I think this is overall fair enough. Like, fair enough, you didn't like the game, you wish it could have been more on things that honestly, yeah, I understand.
Are we reviewing Pokemon reviews right now?
Let's see.
It's reviewception.
Low effort slop from highest grossing franchise in the world plays and looks like a Unity asset flip.
You've clearly never played Mystery Dungeon DX.
You've clearly never played any Switch game that's open world. And also, like, I don't think people understand how small of a company Game Freak is. Like it's like, oh, you should move it away, but like they have the rights to make it. That's not something you can easily just take away. Unless you like someone
Also to
buys Game
note
Freak,
that
but they're not going for
people also
sale.
forget that Breath of the Wild is it was an exception to quality, the rule of quality, simply because Nintendo's in-house tools and such. Also,
Pretty
they were
much.
developing this game for years with the Wii U being its basis. So
Yeah. Man, the graphics in this game are so bad. It looks like a PS2 game. Gameplay is not fun.
gameplay is not fun. Period. Nothing to elaborate.
This game is repetitive, empty, and as innovative as replacing sliced bread with an unsliced bread. That's
Okay, now
funny.
now give us the.
Once again, Pokemon fans are rewarding a low-effort crash grab with heaps of money and praise. It's time for the Pokemon franchise to catch up with the generation of gaming that came before the last one, which they still failed to do so. So any hope of the franchise to ever catch up with the non-existent... Remember how good Breath of the Wild was? Do you even remember how many times that game was delayed and how long the development cycle was? And how much budget they had? And how they had
Remember
to
that was
switch
supposed to come out
consoles?
in like the second or third year of the Wii U's existence. Yeah, me too.
And also, here's the thing. Game Freak is not Nintendo. I cannot stress this enough. Game Freak is as good as development as like say a third party AAA company would be at
This
developing
fucking
a Switch,
Sega movie.
like Sega,
God.
honestly. But like here's the thing. It's like Nintendo has the benefit of having in-house tools and in-house teams that know the hardware in and out. Most of the Game Freak team are probably from the 3DS era. DS and 3DS
The
era.
dev kit kids
Yeah.
have fun.
Like I don't
Aren't you gonna tell us about that? No, no. It's like that one scene from Dragon Ball Z Abridged where they're all like, "Will you teach us Spirit Bomb, King Kai?" And King Kai is like, "No."
But yeah, a lot of these negative reviews just say the same thing. It's like, oh, the fans are hypocritical. Critical. They're
Well,
crying about a
if you're gonna
tree.
provide a review, you need to first present an issue, explain why that is an issue,
Okay, I don't. Okay,
and then resolve the issue.
I think when people call Pokemon fans hypocrites with like graphics, I don't think they understand why people were so harsh on the graphics with Sword and Shield. Literally because of the fact that they removed so many Pokemon and they said, "Oh, we're removing so much because of animation." Because we want to make higher fidelity.
Also,
Because
I'm sorry,
we want to make
I've
this
seen Sword
the
and Shield
Breath of the
looks
Wild.
significantly worse than.
Sword and Shield just has a more boring art direction. In
Hmm.
terms of resolution, it looks better. The buildings look about the same quality. Yeah, that's about it. There's less dynamic resolution issues, but yeah. People don't understand why Pokemon fans were angry at that time. Because it's like they removed so many especially fan favorite Pokemon. And it's like, oh, animations, new models, textures. And then we realized they didn't change jack shit.
Yeah, it do be like that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
It's just
Imagine getting a new model. Privileged.
So
Privileged Pokemon
the
fans.
people that say Pokemon fans are hypocrites don't understand Pokemon fans. Sounds good as the
Pokemon fans also don't understand Pokemon fans because half of them are furries and the other half are
yeah.
significantly more normal people.
Sounds good.
Okay.
It has the worst graphical quality in the last decade.
That is a lie, and you know it.
God. This game makes me angry. The game of Metacritic makes me angry. No, people. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. When people share opinions about video games, especially graphics, they don't understand what makes graphics important.
It just blows my mind that there are people who sit down and take time out of their life to post their score on Metacritic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Just
go post your opinion on Twitter or like a Discord server or anything like that. Why do you feel so entitled to your like my opinion matters?
from what I could tell, it feels like, oh, we're contributing to uh making people more informed. Also, hi Darklink. Sorry
You were
for
literally,
replying to your
yeah,
message nine
you were
minutes
literally
late.
doing nothing but making people feel significantly more depressed.
Yeah. But in general, do I think Legends Arceus is a $60 game? What's the benchmark for a $60 game to you?
Uh, I don't know because technically
Okay, throw a random game that you
technically
really
$70.
like that's worth.
Persona 5. Okay, anyways.
Okay, what do you expect out of a $60 game? Because I expect nothing. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, I don't know. What did you expect out of Cyberpunk 2077 that we didn't get?
Honestly, I thought it was gonna be kind of okay. I like the idea, but then, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Um.
I literally got watchdogged. Like, oh, that's so cool, and then we see it as like a for
Oh,
what it
that
is.
reminds me. If Sonic Frontiers isn't $60, then it's gonna be a bad game.
Yeah, and also just in
You could tell
general,
with forces. You could.
when it comes to $60 price tags,
I'd say that's less of an indicator of quality and more of a this is the industry standard now.
yeah, I just think that's just a typical price. And also, people don't realize how much more games cost for the Switch than regular games, even.
Which is funny because next gen or whatever games this generation now
Like,
are
Switch
$70.
games, yeah, it's like, I don't know, how do I describe this? First of all, game development costs more. Producing the cartridges costs more. But also, like, bring the 3DS back. That's all I'll say.
Can't wait for Among Us on 3DS.
You know what?
That
I
probably already exists.
somewhere in the homebrew. You know what? Scarf, if you graduate from your computer science degree or if you have enough coding knowledge, we should reverse engine
A
Among
new.
Us to the 3DS. Have it have like
I'll build a new 3DS.
God. I mean, I like the 3DS a lot. I
Weren't
still
there
think
people mentioning that Nintendo stopped 3DS sales due to like copyright issues or whatever?
Nintendo stopped selling the 3DS because of copyright issues. Is that what you
Yeah, I
said?
remember people mentioning that, but
Oh, that's
also
because it
I hope people
infringed on.
realize that
Okay, so
actually no,
there's
they
there's a
won the
few
appeals of that court
reasons
case, I'm pretty sure.
they didn't. So yeah, no, they didn't. That was one of the few cases Nintendo lost. So because of that, Nintendo has to give like a small what the fuck do you say it? Reward, revenue? I forgot the word. Small portion of money to that person. Which is why they stopped selling the 3DS and start selling like that's I'm pretty sure that's why they released a new 2DS XL. I'm pretty sure that's like the biggest reason. Uh because it's like, it starts with an R. Reward? No. Report? Revenue? R- 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 yeah, they infringed on a patent. Perpetuity, no. Cash flow, no. I don't fucking know. But regardless, what are you looking up?
That's for me to know.
But yeah, I know for a fact that Nintendo lost a lawsuit for the 3DS for the patent infringement. Speaking of which, how much do 3DSs cost? Ooh, I want to buy a 3DS. I wonder how much they cost. Let's use the new 2DS XL as our benchmark. Oh no. Oh no. Scarfy, would you pay
Yeah.
$250 for? Holy fuck.
Huh.
2DS XL prices are skyrocketing. There's one for 180. Damn. Can we just say the retro market has gotten insane. I wonder how much Melee costs.
Yeah.
Yeah, still about like $80. So, about the same it was. I wonder how much Super Mario Sunshine costs. Full Japanese copy for $30. Hmm. Yo, Mario Sunshine no manual with disc for $25. I like how they're using the screen add-on for the
Yeah.
for the GameCube. What are you looking up?
That's for me to know.
I'm curious. You're doing it on camera, Scarf. Aww. Hey, Scarf. Look at this.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this guy is coming back.
Wait, what's happening?
No, people in chat. It's been cringe. Cringe AF.
Imagine being cringe. Thus cringe.
But yeah.
What other funny words are there?
Crank. Okay, Scarf. Proposition.
Proposition?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna talk about to you at the beginning of the video. Scarf,
Oh boy.
finish your
listening.
fucking video.
God. It needs some, like, a whole bunch of editing because of the current timing then. Okay, now.
I don't think it requires too much. Just here and there, added details. But yeah, I'll edit your audio portion.
Okay. Okay, so gathered information. Through the 3DS's lifespan, yes, that the whole Tomino versus Nintendo thing indeed did happen. Nintendo lost. Nintendo appeal. Nintendo did eventually win in 2017 after the Switch or the 3DS was already done shipping anyways, so it didn't actually matter.
Yeah. And they lost a bit of money from that, so.
Anyways, point proven. What was the question?
Sell me. I'll do your audio portion of the video for a price.
I like the funny Windows key sound.
God damn it.
I'm sorry, it's so clicky, you know? I like my keyboard now.
But yeah, Damn, what should I tell Scarf to buy?
Dust Among Us. Plush.
I don't know. Buy my RAM.
Amogus. Amogus. Amogus.
Don't you have enough money for the RAM at this point?
That's a very good question. I'd have to check on that. Also, it is almost 10.
Yep. Wow, I stretched out for this long? Okay, I guess that's it for now.
Right, gamers?
See you next Sunday, same time as always. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bing.
Bye-bye. See ya.